Hello everyone and welcome back to the stream. So just the day before yesterday we started on Bloodstained Curse of the Moon as a follow-up to our journey through all the Castlevania games, mainly the Metroidvania ones. We beat the game, or at least we finished the first playthrough, and then the game unlocked a new mode, namely Nightmare Mode, where the story kind of continues, because in the story, Sangetsu, who was on a journey of revenge, was joined by 3 other travelers, and in the end he sacrificed himself for them. So now, the 3 of them are gonna try to save him. So we're playing the adventure again with just those 3, which is a bit harder, because we're missing a character. So yeah, let's see how that goes. We were already a little ways into the playthrough. So let's see how much trouble I'll have. I might have to get back into the swing of it again, because I am infamously terrible at video games. Hey Lily, welcome to the stream. It's good to see you. Alright, I may have to figure out... Hey Nash, welcome to the stream, it's good to see you. Yep, I finished Bloodstained Curse of the Moon just last stream, but now we're gonna try the second playthrough. And yeah, I just lost Alfred and pretended it didn't happen. Because if you ignore it, it's not real, right? Alfred is still alive, I'm just refusing to switch to him right now. I mean, who needs Alfred, really? Except me, constantly. Exactly, he should be retired already. Leave it to the shard binders. There was a secret in here, but I don't remember if it was anything good. Oh right, last time I got myself stuck in this room by being an absolute fool. Basically, I used the bat power-up to grab the 1-up, but then I didn't have enough weapon energy to turn into a bat anymore. It was generally a very unfortunate experience. Let's try not to repeat it. Yeah, I still have plenty of weapons energy right now. I know. I actually really like Alfred. I just like pretending I don't. Probably because I am actually way too dependent on him, and I'm going to die in this stage because I don't have him. Also, I'm going to try to actually remember the characters' names this time, because I was kind of rude calling Jabel, calling him, or is it Gabel? Anyway, I kept calling him Alucard because he looks like Alucard. That's a bit rude, but what can I say? He does look like him. G-Bell, is that how you say it? G-Bell? Or G-Bell? Like with a hard G or a soft G? You have to love the subtle hint skeletons that point you in a given direction. Oh, it's another painting boss. They're interesting. I think we all have our struggles with art every now and then. Okay, so when it does this, it's instant death if you get hit, yeah. Rip. But hey, now we can try the battle again with our good friend G-Bell. So yeah, my timing on using the the whip was way off there, because you can push it back if it comes at you, but jumping over it might actually be safer. At least when it comes to my really slow and awful reflexes. But hey, so G-Bell is alone now, but that's okay. Friendship ended with Alfred. Now G-Bell is my best friend. Even though it was strictly Miriam who just got killed, not Alfred. He's been gone for a while now. I don't like enemies that fire projectiles so close near the edge. I don't want to get knocked off. I actually thought I was gonna get knocked in there. You know, actually, when you think about it, it's kind of a fortunate circumstance that we still have G-Bell, at least, because he is the only one who can fly up here. We would have missed out on that permanent upgrade. When you did the second playthrough, you were constantly like, Sengetsu would be really good here. Oh, right. Yep. There's a reason this is Nightmare mode. You're basically missing your most balanced character, which also has the most health. Aha! Maybe I should just stand here and cheese him. He kind of moves his head up to compensate. He's equipped with anti-cheese. So this room is a bit strange, isn't it? Can I drop down there safely? It looks like a secret, but it also looks like death. Like, this room is kind of pointless if that's not a path, but the question is, should I try it? Should I or shouldn't I? Yeah, sure. Okay, and we're dead. Yeah, I went for it. I went for it. It's fine. Well, that room is a bit pointless then. I still need to learn to switch to the proper character for the proper scenario. That's the whole thing with this game. Using the right character under the right circumstances. But hey, we got that life back, so it's all good now. Oh, now I have the ice spell. Not nearly enough weapons energy, though. There we go. We really need more of that weapons energy. No one is particularly injured, so let's just move on. Okay, we have the arguably best power-up for Alfred again. I mean, it is a very good offensive power-up, but it comes at the cost of his, like, defensive shield. Like, his default is basically, in terms of, like, all situations, is the best. Like, there are others that are situationally better, but... I completely forgot the pattern. In fact, I kind of forgot this boss in general. It is very cool, though. Since I forgot it, does that mean it wasn't that hard? I hope so. Come on, then. You wanna fight? I have to admit, it's always a cool setting, fighting on the top of the mast in the middle of the pouring rain. It's very cool. You know, whenever I'm on a ship in a video game, I'm always reminded of Donkey Kong Country, particularly Donkey Kong Country 2, that had some really cool ship-based levels. Yep, I was always a big fan of the Donkey Kong Country 2 ship levels. There doesn't seem to be an easy way to get our weapons energy back here, which is a shame. Okay, and there we go. It should pull off its desperation attack now. But we probably won't die from it. I don't think we can, actually. And there we go. Hey there, Invader Tech. Welcome to the stream. Ghouls and Ghosts. Okay, I'm not sure if I played that. Even as a kid, I wasn't super great at video games, so I kind of avoided the really hard ones. Tragedy of Slaughter. These levels have some interesting names too, don't they? Ah, yes, I've heard about ghouls and goblins being hard. I guess it makes sense that ghosts and goblin... Oh, right. For some reason I got the titles mixed up there, but yes, the Death series is infamously hard. Isn't that with the guy that loses clothes or gains clothes or something? As you... Oh right, this song reminded me of another song, and I was going to play it last time, and then I completely forgot at the end of the stream. Yeah, there's a particular, like, pitch to this music that I, maybe I didn't even say it, but it reminds me of Jewel Man from Mega Man 9, also by Inti Creates, so probably the same composer too. Also, I walked into a shut door for some reason. Clearly talking about Mega Man 9 distracts me way too much. Yeah, don't you actually need to beat ghouls and goblins twice in general? Or with some sort of really difficult standards? Okay, can you not knock me down? Thank you. Oh, right. You need to beat it twice and be carrying a specific weapon on the second time. Cruel. Yes, this guy, G-Bell. He's basically Alucard, yeah. Like, even look at his movements. Yet unmistakable. That's why I've been calling him Alucard, but I was thinking I should probably just call him G-Bell after his real name. Because it's kind of rude to be just using Castlevania 3 names, basically. Oh, the scissor guys. Scissorman! Okay. I wonder how I could have gotten out of that without sliding again. G-Bell, otherwise known as Filthy Shardbinder, yes. I was thinking that was just like a goofy thing, but on reflection... What did I do last playthrough? Oh, that. Sliding into there. I did do that. Whoops. Well, there's a one-up down there. Should I try to get it? Oh, did you see that? I almost fell. There. Let me get back up before this thing knocks me in. They sure do. Oh, it's the Iron Maiden room again. Turning into a bat is a good save if you happen to get hit over a pit. Yeah, I haven't played... okay, I couldn't save myself that time. So apparently the canon regarding when this game comes in relation to the next one, Ritual of the Night, is debatable. They kind of changed it last minute. Well, it can be hard to figure out. Oh look, it's the bunny girl again. Hey there. She's really cool. But Alfred is having none of that. Be gone, thought. He's too old for this. Yep. Poor Alfred. And both of his friends are now dead, so now it's all up to him. And he's old. Well. I guess it was his time. Well, hey. Now everyone is alive again, so... You know what? All good. I really dislike these flying enemies. case in point. I should have switched to G-Bell right away and used the flying bats. But you know what they say about hindsight. Or I could use the protective flames, I suppose. Yes, I got Castlevania. It happens a lot in this game. There you go. Miriam's high jump is the best thing, because if you jump off a ledge, you have an extra half second of, oh god, why? Yes. Oh, whoops, now we have the clone power-up. Well. But hey, we got another extra life. This game is pretty generous with the extra lives, at least. That's good, because the original Castlevania was pretty strict. Like, you could get extra lives, but you needed a lot of points that you didn't get easily. Also, if you know Castlevania, you'll know this room. This is definitely, we discussed this last time we played, but this room is like a reference to that part in Stage 5 from the original Castlevania leading up to the battle with death. Which is apt, because this is like a battle with death, in a way. Dying right before the boss door. Poor Alfred. He has it rough. Well. Aha! Oh, right, the bathing lady. That's a difficult boss. I remember I had a lot of trouble with her last time. And her giggling and floating parasols. Hee hee hee. Hey Clive, welcome to the stream. It's good to see that you exist as well. Ow. Last time I won this battle by spamming Miriam's sub-weapons really hard, so and we don't have Miriam anymore, so now we just have to wait for Webster. She does remind Elizabeth Bathory. That's the one from Bloodlines, or am I completely misremembering? Okay, we need to be extra careful this time. Yep, from Bloodlines. Okay, I'm happy I remembered that correctly, because my memory can be unreliable. And she was also a real person, that's true. Right, just like Dracula himself then, who was based on Vlad the Impaler. Not exactly a positive role model to be based on, but I guess that's the point. It's interesting how time can really change our perception of tragedies. Like, there are figures, like, really terrible figures, like serial killers and such from recent history, and if a documentary is, like, even the slightest bit dramatized or such, people get irritated with it, and I can understand that. You have these people who are essentially mass murderers in the past, who get to be featured as fictional characters. Oh, that was actually a rumor that she bathed in blood. That's terrifying. Ooh, this sub-weapon is really good for this battle, by the way. It's not as good as the this game's equivalent of the cross, but one thing that is interesting, and I hadn't noticed this because I was almost only attacking her from the side. Is that it? I was only attacking her from the side, so I didn't really notice this, but the umbrellas actually protect her as well if you actually fire projectiles upwards. And there you go. It's time for best song again. At least the best song so far. The Defiler of Taboos, Stage 7, has my favorite music. I have been listening to it on repeat for the last 2 days since the last stream. It's so good. Right, so yeah, this song is so good that even Alfred, who doesn't like those newfangled chip tunes, has to dance to it when he hears it. For some reason, I completely forgot how to cancel out of that. It was an unfortunate experience. Right, so I am wondering how this will end, because, in essence, Sangetsu sacrificed himself for the team. So how can we save him? I guess we'll find out. I hope so. You know, thinking about the story, it's actually pretty interesting, right? I think I started this thought a bit earlier, but I tend to forget what I'm talking about a lot. But Sangetsu, like, vehemently disagrees with all these 3 characters, right? Because 2 of them are Shardbinders, which basically use demon summoning powers, and the other one, Alfred, is an alchemist, which is also an arcane force. So he disagrees with all of them. But at the very end, he still decided to sacrifice himself for them, in spite of all that. I think that's something worthwhile. If I turn into a bat, is he just gonna do the rapid fire thing every time? So how do we do this? Is it like... Oh! Nice! You have to love all the cool combinations you can pull off with the different sub-weapons. I think I actually failed to take this path last time. Or maybe I didn't. Who knows? But regardless... That was fun. Maybe I brute forced my way past him last time, instead of using the proper combination of sub-weapons. I could just fly over that with the bat, but I do want to try to do this properly. At least part of it, you know? After all, we do have to preserve some weapons energy as well. Aha! Nobody expects the homing electrical ball. And once again, this path eludes me because I don't have the ice power. Unless... Ah! Of course. Of course! Okay, so it doesn't elude me. Nice. Yeah, rapidly switching between characters, that's all throughout the game, that's been a mindset I have trouble getting accustomed to. I don't even want to risk flying under that one. Okay, another painting. Uh-oh. Nope. And there we go. No art today. Arts and crafts class is cancelled. Another extra life. So far, we're still gaining them more than we're losing them, so... I'm not sure if this means I'm good at this game or just slightly decent at it. Oh right, the little fairies. Those are dangerous. Whoops. I think I should have grabbed that with someone else. I bet the sub-weapon you could get here would, I bet you could get a sub-weapon for one of these two that would destroy that. And it's not that. Nope, it doesn't respawn. Rooms with tricky platforming challenges kind of make me want to cheese it by switching to G-Bell, but... There's really no need, is there? Because I am the platforming master. I'm not, but... We're getting through okay. Okay. Making steady progress. Ooh, the sickle. And we have a lot of weapon energy too, so that's, in theory, this is a good situation to be in, except Miriam is injured pretty badly, so... We're gonna lose her pretty early into the fight, if we indeed reach the boss with her. Okay, you know how we can also use that weapon's energy? For delicious cheese. Or not. I guess I was asking for that one. Again. Yep. I really miss G-Bell right now. I miss the way he turns into a bat and then flies away. How many times am I gonna do that in a row? It's just a set jump. It's so hard to get used to these set jump arc. I really am the only person to blame here, but... maybe I should just use Alfred. At least he is reliably not very athletic. Which suits my abilities perfectly. See? Can just hop up there, no problem. I almost really regretted that one after I got knocked back, but... yeah, can we just cheese this part at least? Okay, thank you. Last time I reached this part, I didn't have Miriam. Ooh, a secret. Money, money. Would have been better to give that to poor Alfred, but... he's on a heart diet. Aha! Oh, well, finding that money was a complete accident, but a happy little accident, shall we say. There, here you go, Alfred. And there we go. Well, let's leave the little bottle. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait. So, was it like this last time? I'm pretty sure it wasn't. So last time I was actually commenting on how cool it was that the moon got more and more full as you progress through the adventure. But the moon is like a very small crescent moon now, instead of the full moon it was the last time we got here. I mean, this is a continuation of the story, so it makes sense, but still. Okay, now we're fighting the Defiler of the Books, also known as Defiler of Taboos. Oh, right. He's, pretty cool, but a bit angry. I had some trouble with him last time, but he's not too bad. Okay. It would be nice to first try this one. But I don't know, we're taking too many hits. I tried so hard to defend myself against the projectile, but... oh hey, did we get him? I think we got him. Very good. Ouch. But we still got him. So, I've definitely gotten better since last time. That's good. And we didn't even lose anyone. It's the final stage? Question mark. Yep. Fallen Moon's Requiem. Different name for this one. But yes, every boss is like a final desperation suicide attack they do. The colors look all weird and glitchy now. That's cool and scary. Oh. Oh, what is this? Do they all need to go to their own stage? Yeah. I can't switch. That's fascinating. Whoa, look at the way that opens up. That's creepy. Okay, so there's no joking around here. You lose, you lose. It's a whole life for losing one character. But this song is very nice. I'm gonna be honest with you. Whenever I come near an edge and there's enemies that knock you back, I just panic and try to get away from there, and that always gets me hit. Always. Like, the way that enemy moves is a bit hard to predict. Yeah, don't even switch to that one. It's a stupid weapon for this situation. There we go. Why would you ever switch? Hope we can get some of those lives back we wasted just now. One up. Okay, well. Ooh, that's like a variation of the scissor enemy, but even creepier. Do I want to switch to the sickle? I guess. Ooh, the colors here are harsh, to put it one way. Maybe I should stop jumping into his attack. Oh, hey, another one up. Oh, hey, that's it? Okay, that's it. Oh, they're kind of letting me choose then? Just keep running. Get another one-up. They are pretty generous with the one-ups here. It makes sense, because this part is way more unforgiving. Like, if you die, it's not just losing that character, it's losing a whole life, because obviously each character needs to do its own thing. Welp. Hey, so long as we keep gaining lives, it's all good. Can't actually get up there, but that's okay. Also, if there are checkpoints, they are not very generous. Why do I do that? Why did I do that again? Last time we found out that weapon does not do very good in this situation. I still grabbed it. I still did it anyway. So yeah, I did find out that if you just run and jump, you'll never get interrupted in this section, which is good. Yeah, go away. Exactly, we need something to ward off those Medusa heads. Okay. That was really the only hard part, was the Medusa heads. The rest of the section was not that awful. Ugh, now I grabbed that power-up anyway. And now I'm gonna have to fight the boss with a dumb power-up. Well, I guess it has its perks. Yeah, it wasn't that dumb. Okay, fair enough, fair enough. Okay, now it's time for our good buddy G-Bells, sorry. I'm never gonna get that name right. Oh, I see what the intention is in this section. And it is getting knocked into instant death spikes. It sure is Mega Man in here. This might be the hardest one, if I had to guess. I'm not so good at the whole flying thing. Ooh, look at the way that one's designed. It's like a human skeleton, but bent over backwards with the ribcage all opened up. Very horrifying and cool looking. You know, if you could stop dropping yourself on me, that would be nice. Come on! Seriously. Clearly I'm missing something with that enemy, apparently. Time to do the flying section again, I guess. Okay, so there is a 1-up in there. That's good for future reference, but... kind of a risk to go for it, which is probably the point. Maybe avoiding them is the best policy. Because if they miss you, that's when you can hit them. Right, I was just too aggressive. Yeah. What is that? Okay, so we all defeated our demons, shall we say? We all faced our demons. We walk into a very concerned looking skull. And we can switch characters again. Oh, is that an eclipse in the background? A green eclipse? Yep. Also, another very Castlevania thing to have. It'd be nice if we could get some healing for G-Bells over here. For GB Gibi. Is that him? He even does the throwing thing. Oh, that's creepy. Oh, this is interesting. You were playing as Miriam, and the other characters are doing their own thing? Interesting. Okay, I'll take the sickle. So, canonically you are supposed to play as Miriam in this part. That's interesting. That's interesting. This is all rather hard to avoid. I'm guessing that's the point, but... This is an interesting idea for a final boss, though, if it is indeed the final boss, and not... I don't know what to do about that. When he shoots the giant sickle... do you need to, like, get in close to him when he does that? I guess I'll try that next time. I was wondering why this entire room is so completely centered around Miriam. I like the way I like how the way they show his powers. Look at all this mobility you don't have. Yes. Jumps off the walls, dashes across the room. So do we go towards him now? Yeah, playing it aggressively won't work. I don't know how many hits he needs, but way more than I can tank. That's for sure. Okay, so the best thing to do in this room, on reflection, is grab the sickle. And then just load up on weapons energy like you wouldn't even believe. Yeah, this puts us in an interesting position. Yeah, not sure what to do about the sickle attack just yet. But we need to be more avoidant. Like, let's learn the patterns before we start acting... And then he dashes into us, and we need to get out of there. Ow! I'm doing quite terribly, aren't I? You know, it was a convenient thing in the other parts of the playthrough that you could switch characters when you were low on health. You basically had 3 health bars to your name, but... Yeah, the sickle attack I don't quite know how to deal with just yet. Maybe the hitbox isn't as extreme as it looks and you just need to duck down. You know, as cool as this intro is, it's gonna get annoying if we have to see it too many times. Right, we need to look for Alfred's reaction, but... like, even looking for his reaction, I don't see myself responding to that in time. So I just need to learn, probably. If you get too close, he, Right. I think I understand how to, like, when it's, when Alfred responds, you just stand near Alfred. That's, perfectly doable. But even when I see the crescent coming, I still don't really know how to deal with it, unfortunately. Also, I just grabbed the wrong weapon. Great. Well, we can try it with this one. It's fine. He ends up being higher up most of the time anyway. Right. Thanks for the tip. I'll try to pay closer attention and respond to him more quickly. Oh. After all that advice, I still didn't pay attention. Looking at two characters at once? Yeah, see, the spot you need to be in to avoid the crescent seems very specific. Ow. Because you need to be, like, right under him, but not quite, right? Because if you're actually under him, he just drops down on you. Right, let's give this another go. I hope this won't last another, like, 4 hours. It's a fun battle, but... oh. I'm never sure when he, I'm taking so many unnecessary hits. Like, I feel like by the time I'm starting to think about what I did wrong with the other attack, he's already hitting me with another one. Oh, you're right. Okay. Okay, that's the first step. Because if so long as I can avoid the crescent moon thing, I should be okay. The rest of his attacks I can deal with. I think. Also, they're very generous with the regenerating one up there. At least, yeah, that's true. At least we get to enjoy his cool music. Unfortunately, we only ever hear the first 30 seconds because I keep dying. Okay, see, this time I'm actually paying attention to Alfred, except he jumped to the other side of the room, so I still did it wrong. Ow. The falling sword manages to surprise me pretty often too, even though it falls straight in the middle every single time. Okay, every time we get a bit further, so it's all good. Every time he does that first attack, for a moment I think I actually got hit. Oh. Yeah, the drop after that one hits me a lot as well. Yep, that was bad. The third time gets me a lot too. Like if I could stop getting hit by the thing that hits the middle every single time, that would be good. Yeah, just assume 3 times and you'll be fine. Yeah, just assume 3 times. It's better that way. Oh. The falling sword again. He's got all these complicated patterns and attacks, and I get tripped up by a sword that drops in the exact same location every time. But that was definitely our best attempt so far. So you know what? We're just gonna keep building it up and we'll get there. Eventually. See, I hated that he goes to the other side of the room. That's a bit, well, unpredictable. I guess he just goes to the side that that Sangetsu is not on. Yeah, exactly. He goes to the side he's not on, obviously. There, I saw the sword in time that time. That's the last sickle we have. I saw what Alfred did, but I was too late. I didn't respond in time, unfortunately. Oh, whoops. The third time always gets me. Okay, some things are getting better. Should we be hitting him? What's the... Oh, we need to protect our alchemist man. Right. Get out of here! That achievement, though. Beautiful, pixelated sunrise. Thus, the new era of darkness came to an end. However, their failure to save their ally's life weighed heavily upon their hearts. In the end, they had only enough power to save his soul. May this land and his soul know true peace. Well, hey, at least his soul was saved. Well, that went pretty well. Took a few tries on that final boss, but... that was another fun playthrough. I really enjoyed that. So, yeah. Every time the credits start to roll, I start to get inclined to talk about my final thoughts, but maybe that's not appropriate yet. You mentioned there were more possible endings or playthroughs. So I'll just have a big old sip of coffee. And we'll see whatever comes up after this. I also got a message from a client, so I'm just gonna very secretly react to that since we already saw the credits once. It would be kind of awkward if the chat with my client accidentally appeared on stream, but... Smile, you're on candid camera. It was nothing urgent or anything, just a, you know, I'll send you new stuff tomorrow type message. Sangetsu's soul remained behind where it was driven to the afterlife. This is one Mega Man 2 looking shot, except like in reverse. Huh? That's a futuristic city. The end? Period, 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 question mark. Okay, but I don't see that unlocking anything. So are we just done? What's the ending is that he was reborn in modern day. Okay, interesting. Clear the game under certain conditions to unlock this mode. Well, we're basically done with the game as far as I'm concerned, but I'm interested in hearing what the other endings are. We might as well make a start on something. The stream's only been 1 hour. I'm not done with the game? Okay, so... depending on what decision you make when meeting other characters. Okay. So... let me guess. What if I... It's not like Castlevania at all. I see. Let me guess. So I play through and I recruit no one. How about that? I basically do it with Sangetsu alone. Which would probably change the ending because he wouldn't have anyone to sacrifice himself. I know, but is that how I get the ending? Like by not recruiting anyone? Well, let's make a start anyway. Ah, right. I'm assuming you can kill them then. Okay, but what do I need for the question marks? Do I need to kill them all, or do I need to ignore them all for the question marks? Because we're going for the unlocks. Need to kill them all for the question marks? Oof. I mean, I liked it better when our boy Sangetsu was a good guy, but sure. Why not? I'm mainly concerned about how difficult beating the game will be without the other characters. There will be no shortcuts, there will be basically nothing. Well, let's have a look at how it goes. Also, no shortcuts. Wow, that almost turned into a very different word there. No shortcuts also means no health upgrades, no magic upgrades, because you get those with Miriam, so. Already taking far too many hits here. Hearts, please. Well, at least I'm, okay, there we go. I was getting kind of worried about the lives there, so... Okay, right, it's, big old coal man again. Nom nom, nom nom. Also, I have said it before, but this is such a cool design. Right, maybe I should have taken the whip sub-weapon after all. The diagonal one. Because you can only actually hurt him by hitting the head, so... yeah. Oh. I've never been a fan of attacks where stuff falls from the ceiling. I never seem to be able to estimate the difference properly. The distance, rather. Difference. Ow. There we go. There's that famous attack from the ceiling again. This guy is so predictable and he still manages to get hits on me. Could it be that I'm even more predictable? Welp. I don't think we had any deaths on our first playthrough on this level. Taking way too many hits also. There we go. Let the black hole bomb do the rest. Just like I said last stream, playing an Inti Creates game has really made me nostalgic for Mega Man 9 as well. One of the best of the classic Mega Mans, even though it was made more recently. It had some really cool ideas for special weapons, like the black hole bomb, which pulls enemies towards its field of gravity. That's something you would probably never see on the NES. Alright, here we go. Let's actually win this time. How about that? That's interesting. We got close, so he did a different attack. I must have seen that on my first attempt, but... Okay, so you need to stand on like the little... his fingers indicate where you can stand after the... Like he pushes the rocks like into his engine. Oh, that was dumb. Well. But you can still stand on his fingers, like after the first time he pushes. So that's the way to indicate the distance. So I don't have to even guess or estimate anything. I just need to pay attention to obvious visual cues that the game designers put in for me. And I didn't even see him until the third time I did this stage. Probably could have gotten another hit in there, but I was... I chickened out, basically. And there we go. Who's the boss now? Right, so here we meet Miriam. Wow. So you do get something for killing them, that's interesting. At least that makes it more than a pure... Well, it's still purely evil to do, but at least there's a reason to do it. A new soul art has stirred within you. Well, she's not gonna be in Ritual of the Night. So we learned this, right? This attack, that one. Interesting. And very evil. I also like how it's not like a single hit decision. Like, you really have to commit. It can't be an accident. Like, you actually see them get injured and then die. It's kind of horrible, honestly. It's going to be tough playing through this game with just one character, though, even with the soul arts. Because there are sections that are designed to be easy with certain characters, and well... we can't be using those characters when they're dead. So now we're evil Zangetsu. Taking way too many hits still. For some reason, every time I see the whip power up for Zangetsu, I think it's a trumpet. It's like the end of it looks kind of like a trumpet. So what just happened is the enemy knocked me like slightly to my left side, so I got knocked to the right into the thing, even though I was facing it towards the right. That's harsh. I'm already really missing Miriam's jumps right now. I don't know why I survived that, but honestly, don't question it. And again, don't question it, just move on. Just move on, just keep on keeping on. Holy water would be good, except the enemies, well, they jump up, so... Ooh, look at this. This is nice. I mean, I think I've seen it before, but for some reason, when I saw it right here, it felt like an all new thing again. Maybe it's because last time I got freaked out by all the frogs getting dropped on me, and so I got completely distracted from looking at the background. Well, I can tell one thing. We had a no game over streak in both our playthroughs, but we're not gonna maintain that here. I'm pretty sure I'm going to get a lot of game overs if I just have to play with Zangetsu. So yeah, just letting you know right now. There will be many, many terrible mistakes. Remember when I had a lot of trouble with that part because I just didn't slash forward like a smart person? Alright, this is the one with the turtle centaur thing at the end, right? Yep, so this one is out. Can't get it. Rip Miriam. So do you get other endings if you recruit like one person? But ignore the other? Like what if you kill one, ignore one, and recruit one of them? What happens then? Are there like slight variations to the ending for each, or not so much? Okay, well, it's Turtle Man again. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Yeah, it's gonna be way harder to hit this guy when we're not Miriam. We've taken too many hits already. You know what I do think is kind of interesting? Like the soul art you get does compensate for Sangetsu's otherwise pretty lacking aerial combat a bit. If you kill them all, you get an ending. If you take some with you but abandon at least one, you get a different ending. If you save them all, you get an ending. Okay. Interesting. Not sure if I'm gonna go for the abandon ending though. Maybe. Maybe. I'm definitely looking for a way to unlock the question mark thing. Because if there's more content to be seen, I want to see it after all. I don't think I want this weapon, but... Okay. Okay, I think that was a pretty good one. I really hate this attack. It was even worse in the variation where they in the nightmare mode variation. It was horrific. Get out of here, Turtle Man. No one likes you. I somehow managed to survive that attack, even though I wasn't standing on an icicle. There we go. He needed one more hit, so fair enough. Oh, it actually gives you back all your lives if you have anywhere under 3 too. That's good. Okay, well, I'm going to commit the worst sin possible. We're going to kill Alfred. A new soul art has stirred within you. Blood Moon, A while in the air. Oh! And this is really cool. Instead of gaining new characters, we are upgrading our one character a lot. So we have a double jump and an aerial attack now. That's awesome. Well, okay, it's not awesome that we killed Alfred, rip Alfred, but I do like the upgrades. I do like this concept. Of course, even if we double jump, we still can get in there. Yeah, we could try to go past that guy, but we know what's gonna happen. He's gonna pepper us with arrows. And it's going to be a very unfortunate experience for everyone involved. Right, the arcing motion of the, Oh, you could have... There are really a lot of paths, aren't there? Like if we took this, we failed to take the shortcut you use Alfred for. You could take that shortcut which uses Miriam's ability instead. Of course, we're not using any shortcuts at all because they're dead. And so am I. Hey, I got a life back and then I lost it immediately. Welp. Yeah, we need to take it easy. No need to rush. Haste makes waste. Yep, just calmly respond to the patterns. It's all very obvious. Well, like I said, we're going to get our first game over in a bit. Okay, if I could not get knocked back into the stuff right now, that would be good. I hardly remember this room. Did we even ever enter this room? Probably not. We took so many shortcuts after all. I'm not happy with how few lives we have. Haha. I was about to say, if he knocks me off the edge, I'm going to be upset. Well, I guess I do a pretty good job of knocking myself off the edge. Now we have 0 lives and we still have a boss to defeat. I really don't like getting knocked back into pits. Well, hey, that's the first game over we've witnessed, so they can't take the fact away from me that I made it through the first campaign and the nightmare mode without any game overs. Like, at least I did that. Okay, now let's see if I can make it through this stage without losing so many lives to regain some of my lost gamer cred. See, I find myself not talking about work as often anymore. Like, at first I was talking about my work a lot on the streams. Like, I recall... What game was that? I mean, I've been at this job for 3 months, so... I must have been talking about my work during various of the Castlevanias. I'm pretty sure I even talked about it during Aria of Sorrow, and how long ago is that? So basically we're starting from the beginning because I got killed too early. I hate those enemies so much. When you don't have G-Bell or Alfred, they're so annoying to deal with. Like, they're already tough when you have to deal with them as Miriam, but at least her weapon has some range. Unlike Sangetsu here, who has a tiny little baby sword. I'm just gonna die again. This is not going well. Last time went way better for some reason. Am I just getting unfocused? Seems that way. Fat piggy blob bumped you to death. Yes, it did. Okay, I remember what I'm doing wrong. The whole point of this playthrough was to see what would happen if we upgraded Sangetsu instead of recruiting the characters, and I already forget about the upgrades. Of course, the Crescent Strike thing is the way to deal with enemies that come from above. They specifically give him that attack because otherwise the playthrough would be near impossible. See? Of course, you still need good timing, but hey, we'll work on that. But yeah, now that we're done with two of the possible campaigns in this game, and only have one more to unlock, it does make me wonder what we should be doing next. I mean, it could just go straight for Ritual of the Night, I guess. It's a bit expensive though, but we could do it. Or we could try something else in the meantime. Okay, it's this room again. Look at him being dead in midair. A true warrior stays in place even when dead. We're still quite a ways off from the ending, so from the ending of this stage, that is. So I am not too happy about my performance thus far. At least I remembered this. And I remember you, of course. That didn't stop me from taking a hit, but we'll ignore that. Can't go back there, okay. Yeah, we shouldn't forget about our main advantage here, which is the aerial attack. I just took a shameful amount of hits right after one another. That was just straight up stupid. That was just straight up this game's very mean nature, though. Getting knocked back into pits, not my favorite. At least it should be easier to get through the start now that I remember how it actually goes. Basically, spam double jump and then attack. That's the way. That's how you win. I thought it would die, so I ran into it. Whoops. Also, I think I pointed it out last time, but the set pieces in this stage are very cool. With the spitting sand and such. Very, ow. I jumped into an exploding pig. What happened next may surprise you. There we go. So I was trying to think of a pun involving pigs and also bombs, but I couldn't. The best I could come up with this is, what does a big bomb sound like? Kaham, but that wasn't just... I have standards too. It may not sound like it, but I do have some degree of pun standard. Yeah, we should remember that jumping over them is a perfectly valid strategy as well. But jumping on top of them is not. This is not Mario. It's a shame too, because I was just a few steps away from that health recovery item. Could have made it through without losing another life, but... well, the situation is what it is, I guess. Okay. 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 My performance with Zangetsu is actually worse now that I have the double jump, but you know why? Carelessness. I need to not use the double jump unless I actually need it. It shouldn't be a crutch or an excuse to start taking risks. And that's what I'm using it as, so... that's why I keep getting hit and killed. That one was a genuine miscalculation, not an unnecessary risk per se. I did it again, did you see that? Almost knocked myself off the edge by being a big old fool. It would be embarrassing if I was stuck at this stage for much longer. 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. Now this next room is the bane of my existence right now. Well, this room, basically. It's so bad I'm losing my voice. Considering the punishment for losing a life or game overing, I really don't like when enemies push you back like that. It's just a staple of the genre, I guess, but I really, really don't like it. It's like the same mistake that would be trivial over any other in any other context is suddenly a fatal mistake when it happens over a pit. Not because you're not standing on a platform, but because you get knocked back a couple of meters. Now I'm all anxious to even jump anymore. We're still not at the end, are we? Almost, though. Okay, now if we could just defeat the gold guy without getting killed, this will all have been a perfectly decent attempt. At this level. In spite of all the lost lives. Oh, you see that heart? If only you hadn't killed Miriam Zangetsu. It's all your fault, not mine. I take no responsibility. I'm just going to grab everything I can in hopes of picking up an extra life or something. That startled the heck out of me. Just fell through the stairs. I guess I could farm these guys. How many points do we need for a level up? I don't think I'm actually gonna farm these guys, let's be honest. Alright, it's time for the gold. It would be a game changer if we could actually hit the boss from below without the gold, but... Uh-oh. I don't like it when he laughs at me. I keep hitting the back of his hand, which hurts. Need to be more careful about that one. I feel like he's requiring... There we go. And down he goes. I wonder what the final upgrade will be for Zangetsu. Well, the no game over run is over, but the playthrough is still going. A new soul art has stirred within you. New moon. Double tap a direction or press B. Oh, so we have a run button now. Nice. Not sure if that was worth killing G-Bell for, but... whatever. Now you're playing Ninja Gaiden. Hey, you're right. It's funny because I was actually listening to a Ninja Gaiden track earlier today. I was never too familiar with that game, but there's like a particular theme that's really well known. I would hum or sing it for you, but I don't think I can get the thing across properly by doing that. I don't think we can make this even with the double jump and run. Nope. Yeah, what's that? That track? I think I remember the name. Something like Unbreakable Determination, something like that. Apt, because that's the kind of determination you need to get through those games. Yeah, I still have trouble getting used to the idea that you need to actually be moving in a direction before you jump to actually go in and actually jump in that direction. Alright, just being extra careful right now. We don't want a repeat of the last stage. And I am killing as many enemies as I can, simply because the points will be a vital part of getting through this. Extra lives? Yes, please. Okay, here we go. Ouch. I hope I don't spawn too far back. No, that's alright. That evil dog thing is, trouble. There we go. Okay, it's not that much trouble, let's be honest. Okay, shouldn't have even tried. Shouldn't have even tried. Death by frog. Ribbit, ribbit, ribbit. Well, we're already down to 2 lives, but that should still be fine. Probably. I'm being way too careless. Yeah, the best thing to do is to hit them in midair, because once they're on the floor, they're hopping around unpredictably, and yeah. And once one is doing it, you're working on that one, and the other ones swarm you, and it's basically an entirely unfortunate situation. You know what I wish I had right now? That little fire barrier that Alfred always had. I did always say he's the best character. I have never claimed otherwise, and there is no evidence to the contrary. Okay. This isn't exactly an efficient run of this room, but at least it's not ridiculously bad like last time. Could use a heal, though. Haha! He fell right into my trap. Which I no longer have now. Okay. I acknowledge that perhaps that wasn't a very good thing to do. For some reason, I lost my momentum in the middle of that. I don't know how I did that. I don't know how that happened. See, that time I did preserve the momentum. I'm not sure how I managed to mess it up like that last time. Weird. Uh-oh, it's the butt-stomping ladies again. Let's just not even bother with those. Oh, that took a bit longer than it needed to take, but fine. There we go. Let's get some of that double attack in. You know, this is kind of one of those things in retrospect, but imagine, if you will, a combo where you use the fire on Zangetsu, then you use the ice on Alfred, and then you use the axe on Miriam. Wouldn't that be like the best combo in the game? I think it would be. And Giebels can just sit and watch. Because he's not particularly good at combos. Well, I know what level this is, and I am extremely concerned about what comes next. Extremely concerned. I really would have liked it if there was a 1-up in there, but... instead, what was in there is taking an unnecessary hit and making everything just a bit crueler. I mean, we all know what's here. Problem is, I am not properly equipped to deal with it. It's Double Dragon. Well, at least it went down quickly. There we go. Okay, that's the first phase, though, so... I don't see this working out, to be honest, but... we're gonna give it a good, honest try. Waited too long, waited too long. But I got him! Wow! I'm getting better at this. Probably. First try. Single character. Final destination. No items. Sunder the Night. Well, I'm still gobsmacked by how well the dragon boss went after how many tries it took me on both playthroughs. I'm so gobsmacked, in fact, that I'm getting hit left and right by really easy to avoid enemies. I actually have a worse weapon now. That's a bit awkward. Well, should have just tried to attack the chest instead of trying to jump over it, but there you go. Good start. On the other hand, I appreciate that this is more challenging in its own way. Having one very powerful character isn't quite as good as having like 4. You know what I'm thinking, though? Doesn't this mean that the very hardest thing is ignoring all the characters instead of killing them? Because as evil as killing them is, at least it does something for you. Ignoring them sounds like a really tough situation all around. But you can get the ending by you can get the ignore ending by abandoning just one of them, right? So if we go for that, I'll probably just ignore Alfred and we'll take the best characters, Miriam and G Bells, with us instead. Nah, but seriously, I'm not sure who I would leave behind in that situation. Now, can you make this with a good old double jump? I'm gonna try. Well, I'm not sure if you can make it, but I didn't. Maybe if you're good at it, then you can make it. It might be just a bit too far. Can we get some extra lives over here, guys? Okay, that was full-on panic mode for a bit there. And then I got killed by a rat. Well, now we really need that extra life. Oh, well, we're back here. I'm guessing jumping at an enemy that shoots projectiles upwards is probably not the best way to do it, right? Yeah. Or rather, jumping without preparing first. Well, if we don't get that extra life soon, we're never gonna get it. Please don't get killed by the rat again. I almost made the same mistake I did last time, where I tried to kill the other rat and then another one spawned on my level and, well, you know the rest. Okay, the painting. I'm kind of anxious about this. It should theoretically be easy with our upgraded character, but I've messed this up pretty often now. Well, that was one way to mess it up really badly. Just jump into him and take multiple hits. It's okay. Okay, it would be nice if we could start this particular attempt by not dying instantly and taking tons of unnecessary hits. I should remember to take it slow if I'm not sure what to do, instead of running forward, screaming internally. It's a real buzzkill that the crescent aerial attack doesn't kill enemies in one shot as often as I'd like. Some of the bigger enemies that feel like you could easily get through if the attack was just a bit stronger end up being a huge obstacle because you leap at them, but it's too great a risk. Of course, the heart disappears right next to me as I die. How very disappointing. Okay, there we go. This first room is not that hard. I just make it harder by being terrible. There we go. It's not hard to get through here either. See, it's really as simple as that, but for some reason I was having so much trouble with that. There, see how easy it is? I don't know why I was making such a thing out of that. And that route is actually a lot easier, to be honest. Yeah, if they get behind you, just take a moment to get rid of them first. You'll regret it if you don't take care of it right away. There we go. We're here and we still have some extra lives left, so I'll consider this a win. Let's see, where did we die last time? The painting, right? So, the strategy here is to not just jump into it and die instantly from that. Problem is, if you don't jump into it, well, that, basically. Oh, all the way back here? I'm not gonna lie, that hurts a little bit. Because it means I have to get through this room every time if I want to fight that mini-boss, and I really don't like this room. Okay, there we go. At least it went a bit better than last time, but still a pretty rough room. I'm guessing the checkpoint is right after the painting room, as As always. There we go, an extra life. Thank goodness. Now if we can just prevent ourselves from getting killed by this painting, which was very easy on our other playthroughs. Probably because we had characters that either had range or could protect themselves. There we go. That was a bit harder than it needed to be, but... well, you know how it goes. Ow. Some hearts would be a big help right now, but... it helps a bit, but... I would prefer a big heart right about now. Well, hey. Did you see me almost jump off the edge to get that one up? But in the end, we made it through. So long as you can deal with them in a vacuum, these guys are fine. The problem is there are no vacuums around here. Somebody call up Luigi. Yeah, it's mainly when they are accompanied by those little jerk ghosts. Welp. I should have just run for the exit, obviously. Like, why did I even do that? Why did I want to kill them? What was the point of that? And grabbing money is a good idea, because money is extra lives. Haha! That was a bit more controlled. Last time it felt like I survived purely by accident, but that time it was more like a skill thing. If you want to call it skill. Right, so we know what to do here, just... kill them if possible, but don't make a point of, don't make a spectacle of going back to kill them. There's really absolutely no purpose to that. You see, I almost did it there. I almost instinctively turned to fight them there. But fortunately, common sense won out in that one. Well, we couldn't grab that anyway, but I would have liked to try. Ow. Well, this room is surprisingly annoying when you don't have Geebles, the person whose name I still continue to not be sure about, who can turn into a bat. Because that makes things a lot easier, you know? Alright, so the proper tactic is wait for 3 arrows and then move, basically. Gbel, yes, that's what I mean. And hey, Kairos, welcome to the stream. Yeah, I've been having some trouble pronouncing his name. Gbel. They never say it because it's, you know, 8-bit. Okay, I somehow made it through all that. Whoops. Wow, I wish I could pick. I wish there was a character who could pick that up. What a shame. Uh-oh, it's time to be terrible at this boss again. We fought it just earlier in the stream, but then we had a full team of characters, so... Oh man, they haven't quite figured out how to make this guy work with just Sangetsu yet. Yeah, he stays up in the air most of the time. Maybe we should have grabbed a sub-weapon that actually accommodates that. And the dragons went so well too. Now we're at a boss I seem to be having some trouble with. Oh, great. We have to do this room every time. I would have preferred a checkpoint right before the boss, but... I guess this is my punishment for sucking at the boss. Just have to get good. We grab a bit of money every time, so we might actually be getting a another one-up soon, perhaps. Hopefully. If that would have knocked me into the pit, I would have been very upset. I think we're better off using the whip sub-weapon right now. So yeah, I have no idea how to... I've always used other characters against this this particular boss, so... I'm not sure how to deal with it with just Sangetsu. That's gonna be a problem. I almost jumped off the edge myself there. That was awkward. That would have been really dumb. Well, that's the first time I actually got blown off the edge there. The spears disappeared and I just instinctively let go of the duck button. Or rather, duck button. I just let go of pushing down. Well, I think we all know what's going to happen here. I'm going to game over. And we're going to have to do this boss again. Okay, well we have another life, but... so far I don't feel like I've really gotten very far into the fight anyway, so... Maybe we'll leave this part of the game for next time. We did get the good ending, quote-unquote, after all. Should be careful of taking unnecessary hits this time. I mean, when you think about it, all hits are unnecessary, but... keep ducking, whatever happens. Okay, there we go. Well, I feel like I made some progress in the fight there, but not enough, clearly. Yeah, we might be hitting another game over here. I like how even as the stage starts and Zangetsu does his little animation, you're already getting pushed to the right. I don't really need to do the run and jump I keep doing, but... yeah, now just getting sloppy. There we go. Yep, exactly, you're right. It's about learning the pattern and how to counter it. With this boss, I had some pretty good strategies down with the other characters, but when you're alone with Zangetsu, with just our sword-wielding buddy here, I am having some trouble figuring out the patterns. It's like it's a completely different battle when you only have him as a character. Because he has very little upwards mobility, even with the double jump you get. Now, I've already taken way too many hits, and he has taken none. I always seem to get hit by those spikes when they fall down too. It's a bit awkward. I always have trouble keeping an eye on the top of the screen for some reason. It's one of my weak points, and also, that was dumb. Alright, let's give that one more go before we call it a night. Okay. Having a heart does undo the small mistake we made there. You know, I would like it if Mega Man style you just fell back into the room below instead of just dying. But I guess this is Castlevania, not Mega Man in a certain sense. See, that's the way to do it. Just be confident. That's the way. See, it's not actually hard at all, but I always make it hard. Right, if we don't get past the painting, we have to redo this entire section, so we should keep that in mind. Right, this room is one I particularly dislike. What with the spitting enemies here. Alright, so this is the painting room. I am particularly terrible at dealing with the painting. Like, the best thing to do is to try to hit him when he moves away. Like, when he goes right, hit him from the left, but your timing needs to be really good for that. So I really don't like the instant death attack it does. Welp, dead, and that means all the way back. Well, when you play it like this, it definitely offers the Castlevania experience, including the difficulty. The other playthroughs were comparatively quite easy. Oh. Well, I just made this room way harder by picking that up. Then I get frustrated and sloppy, as always. We need to keep the fire thing on us so we can kill those spitting guys in one hit. That's really the best way to get through that room. As it swoops in, I mean, like when it jumps up, I seem to never be close enough when it does that. Maybe if I use the run. That seems to be a good strategy though, like when you run in an under the spit attack. Oh, like that, right. Oh, you mean the painting or the annoying enemies? Because I have tried it with the painting, but I'm always scared it'll hit me, because if it hits you on the way down like that, it's instant death, so yeah. Right, yeah, I have tried that, but... There we go. I brought the thinner to that fight. Also, Windows 10 needs to be quiet, please. Welp. If we could get an extra life out of the money here, that would be good. That would at least give me a fighting chance, except we're quite a ways off in terms of money, so that's not gonna happen. I'm making that room way harder than it is. Oh, but the level is not over yet, of course. I think there's actually a 1-up, so there might still be hope. Maybe. There we go. 1-up acquired. If I could just have a few attempts against the boss, that would help a lot. Let's see what's in here. Exactly what we need. Well. On principle, the aggressive strategy is fine, but you gotta be careful of that knockback. You can't just do that over pits. The dash only gets you so far. Thanks, Lily. I appreciate the confidence, but I'm not sure if I have it. At least the extra life is nice. Gives us some time to build up extra money, or score rather. If it can just get to 40,000, we'll have another extra life after all. See, running up and hitting it is quite a good idea when they're actually on flat ground. But here, it takes a bit more care. And also, can this guy get off me, please? See, there's always a break between the 3 spitting attacks, so... Well, I don't really have an excuse for that one. I just jumped over him again. Trying to rush it, not trying to fight the enemies. I really only have myself to blame. But hey, so long as that renewable 1-up is there, at least we can keep trying this section. I think they knew this section was particularly troublesome, or they wouldn't have put a renewable 1-up there. The only other place I know about where they do that is the final boss, so... Oh no, there have been other areas as well. Don't remember, but I'm pretty sure there were other places where there were renewable 1-ups. Okay, now this time, the main thing is to not rush it. Okay, I'm anxious to try the boss again, which causes me to not approach these enemies with the care they need to be approached with. If you just carefully watch their movements and respond to their patterns, they're easy to deal with. But when you're trying to rush through, it becomes very hard to predict them. That almost went very wrong. Alright, stay moving, stay moving. Oh! Note to self, there's a lot of money in there. You know what I wish? I wish I could grab that. Okay, just calmly walk past him then, if that's how we're gonna do it. Okay, so this is the section right before the boss again. Not making any dumb mistakes would be appreciated, he says, as he gets hit by an easy-to-avoid arrow. We have no more renewable 1-ups in this section, so, Uh-oh. Okay, well, hey, we get to give it another few tries, at least. It can only get better, right? You basically need to predict where it'll be. You can't just try to... Closed it off too early there. I got up too early. I survived, but I didn't get the chance to attack him as a result. Completely my own fault. That attack is a bit hard to avoid, isn't it? I'm taking too many hits, though. The frustrating thing is I can pretty much tell that I'm going to die now, but I feel like I got pretty close to actually defeating him this time. I did get very close. In fact, that was the final hit. Yeesh. Gosh darn it. Well, the good thing is we know I can do it, but... Yeah, it's always like dying when if you had just lived a second longer you would have won. That's frustrating, but yeah, we should just look at the positive side and realize that I would have won if not for that tiny mistake at the end. Like, if I had just not walked into him at the very end, I would have won, so... There are still some attacks I don't quite know how to deal with, but... I also like that the things it shoots out are those, like, little spines in its back. It is a very cool enemy in terms of design. I kind of have a tendency to just go behind him and like take the hit, cause whatever, you know. At least I can get a few hits in that way. Yeah, you're supposed to jump when he does the kick. Oh, that was a miss. Oh, I'm losing it, I'm losing the rhythm. No, 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 no. Okay. That almost went very wrong. Like, there's clearly a point in the jump when you can get him. Okay, if he's on the left, it's always the blowing air thing. And if he's on the right, it's always the kick. I suspected as much, but it's good to just establish it for myself. Like, I can't die from this, right? Right? You always thought whether it was if he had any pillars left on that side or not. Oh, well, that might have been it. But so as far as I know, it's always left or right. Well, whatever. I could be wrong, you know. Okay, Tragedy of Slaughter. Well, since we won, you might as well keep going for a little bit longer. Let's see, who is the boss of this level? Blood Lady, right? Light. You know what the tragic thing is here? Even if I could get there, and I could feasibly do it by double jumping perfectly down here, I could never get out of there again, so... it would be pointless either way. And there we go. The double jump is really good though. Like a total game changer. Like the run and the like crescent attack are good, but man. Okay, the double jump sucks. It's a terrible move. Bring back Miriam. I was so committed to making that joke and then I completely forgot her name. Whoops. See, this is what I mean when I start to just use the double jump like oh. Well, that's one way to grab one up, I guess. Like, I know I shouldn't be standing inside that enemy. But I was so nervous about taking the hit at that point that I just decided to go for it anyway. There we go. I actually think we never took this path in the other playthrough. We always had the shortcut. Oh, this is another path where if you didn't take another shortcut, you could take a shortcut here with Alfred. Or no, wait, with not with Alfred, with Miriam. I don't know why I'm having so much trouble remembering a simple name, but there you go. I'm having considerable less... Nope. I almost jinxed myself right into the underworld there. Having considerably less trouble. We'll decide that when or if I finish this. Yeah, the knockback is very cruel, even when you're standing in the middle of a fairly large platform. I don't always feel like it should knock me back the way it does, but I guess I shouldn't be blaming the game for my own mistakes. There we go. A bit more aggression is called for in this section, that's clear enough. Aggression, yes. Carelessness, no. The cost of preparedness, measured now in gold, later in blood. Oh hey, another bunny girl. Hi there. Can you join my team? All the others died. Or maybe, Zangatsu could just absorb the butt stomp attack. Right into his soul. See that? I don't like that. I could have landed on the stairs there, but I was getting knocked back, so... yeah. I should probably just stop complaining about it, though. They're easy to deal with if you just think about it. See? Okay, I took the shortcut. But it cost me everything. Did you take the shortcut? Yes. What did it cost? Everything. Oh great, this room. Oh hey, we healed a bit, so it's all good. He says losing all his health. At least we got to hear the sound effects of those hammers? Question mark returning. Yeah, this one is mean. It only like turns. It only goes. Only starts attacking you when you're past it. Very mean. Okay, well, we've reached Blood Lady, but Just like with the last boss, I don't have a very good idea of how to defeat her with just Sangetsu. I also hope I'm pronouncing his name right still, because, well... The aerial attacks should help a bit, though. But this is kind of a similar issue to the painting. Oh, it's a game changer that I can actually hit her from the bottom floor if I just time it right, though. The umbrellas protect from the blood rain. I know. I've beaten this boss a few times, just not with Sangetsu alone. That's the issue here. We're doing a playthrough where you kill all the... Where you jump into the pit for no reason. No, we're doing a playthrough where you kill all the helper characters instead of recruiting them. And I was kind of like, I'm particularly fond of Miriam and Alfred as well. But now I have to work with Sangetsu mainly, and he has a very short-ranged weapon, and well, I'm not so good at dealing with it, unfortunately. One, two, three, four, five. There we go. It's good to remember exactly how many hits every enemy has. Oh, you did your first playthrough like this? Nice. That must have been a very different experience. So you just kind of try to hit the helper characters when they appeared? Or did you, like, know about the different playstyles beforehand, and did you want to try this one consciously? Oh. Some of these rooms I hardly remember, because like, we would just use G-Bell and fly through them. I have no idea which weapons would be the best, but... Hey, the one-up is always appreciated. Yeah, the patterns on these guys are very easy, fortunately. Did you see me preempt the knockback and jump into it just to prevent falling off the edge? Goes for some next level tactic. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That almost went wrong. I actually find this stage to be a lot easier than the last one, though. This one works a lot better with Sangetsu's upgrades. Haha. Scissor Man. You can call me Rock. I don't know where Paper is hanging out, but... Okay, this room is slightly troublesome. You can't underestimate how good the holy water, quote-unquote, is here, though. Well, I stood under a shaking Iron Maiden. I guess I could have predicted this. Oh, they spawned one behind me. Thanks a lot, guys. Okay, there's one that spawns spawns when we're past it as well. That's this one. Here we go. It's perfectly fine to run past them, but I always try to well, I don't try to do that, but it happens anyway. If they happen to spawn in behind me, I just try to take the time to kill them, but... yeah, it's like, it's easier to... it feels safer to trip the trap and then move on instead of running behind it. Now, see, now the problem is, I've trained myself to be overly cautious and it's costing me here. This is a room where you need to be a bit more aggressive. You can't use the same patterns in different rooms. Like, it's... of course, you don't need to run constantly, but you need to, like, be a bit more action, like I just did. Of course, I really hate this part, though. Now I have 0 lives and I'm still not at the boss. I don't know why this room is giving me so much trouble all of a sudden. Like I said, I'm being overly cautious, but even then it shouldn't be that hard, should it? Sometimes you just get into a bad rhythm with yourself. Like, this room isn't that hard. See, this part in particular, I just keep... see how easy it is if you just keep moving? That's the thing. I'm way too cautious in that room. That's the problem. And that cost me all my lives. Now I have one good try at the boss, if I'm lucky. So that's, altogether not that good. Right, this room. Honestly, very harmless room, but if you let yourself get intimidated by the flying pigs, you can very easily get in trouble. I think there was something good to the bottom right here, but I dare not approach. Oh yeah, I love going into boss battles with 2 hits and 0 lives. Yeah, this is basically a foregone conclusion. I'm not gonna win this one. Hee. Like, you need to pay attention to her to see if she's doing the spikes or the rain. But I always notice it too late. Okay, we're gonna give this one more try until game over, and then I'm probably gonna call it. And we'll continue and probably do the finale next time, depending on how long whatever we unlock is. So taking lots of unnecessary hits again. The main thing is to not get frustrated. You want to go fast when you're frustrated, but in the end you end up just slowing yourself down because you're being sloppy. Just take the time and everything will be fine. It almost rhymed, but it's also true. Haha. He didn't expect that one. Now he's stuck down there forever, throwing X's at nothing. Well, hey, we had a bit of a weak start there, but I've healed almost all my health, so let's call it a fresh start here. Yeah, come on, step into the fire. Bathe in flame. Well, that's a bother. But hey, we basically spawn very close to that room. And it might be a blessing in disguise, because now we get some extra points to watch another extra life. So it's all good, so long as we don't die right here. Come on then. Yeah, the cautious way to do it is like that. I knew that the first time I came here, but sometimes you rush through, you forget the patterns. And that's when things get sloppy. But it's all good now. I'm so glad I don't have to do that room with the hopping, annoying big rat things. I do not like it. I do not like it, Sam I am. I do not like green rats and ham. That's the same thing. Nope. Scissor man! So I tried to sidestep him carefully so I wouldn't double jump to my doom. But as it turns out, moving too little is just as dangerous as moving too much. You can only move the exact right amount. I also like that that he's not coming back. Yeah, this part in particular, just run. Run. That part gets more dangerous the longer you wait. Even if you take a hit, you're less likely to fall down if you just make sure you're a little ways over the platform instead of on the edge. There we go. I wonder why two of those saw blades are covered in blood, but the one is not. Maybe there's a story there. There we go. First one always attacks immediately, the other one when you're past. And the third one, as normal. There we go. It's hard to get through him without taking any hits, but it's usually pretty manageable. Now I really wish I had the holy water type stuff. Because I kind of want it. There's something to the bottom right there, right? I died in the room transition. I don't like that. But I guess the joke's on me for taking that risk. We should try to, if we want to do that, we should try to keep the well, it's not the holy water in this game, but so we should try to use this and keep the scroll this time. Yeah, but all that's in there is just a health recovery, I'm pretty sure, so. I'm not really sure if it's a necessary thing. No, stop. Wow. Well, there's a heal, but I had more health when I entered the room for the first time. So only do that in cases of emergency and only when I'm sure I can make it. Well, that's not very good, is it? Once again, we're in here with like 2 hits. Now, as evil as she is, I do enjoy the giggles. Okay, that one was standing still and then it moved again and it kind of tripped me up. Should have just kept walking with it, but there you go. Okay, so if you could kindly get past the evil scissormen. Scissormen. Seriously? Well, going in there with like 1 hit, I guess. And no attack doubling thing either. That's always what I dislike the most about bosses. It's like when the rooms before it matter so much to your ability to beat it. Well, I had 1 more hit at least. Time to squander it on an easy to avoid attack, I guess. Ow. Oh, there we go. Zero life. So like I said, once we game over, well, if we game over here, we're gonna pick it up again next time. Not because I don't want to continue, but because it's 11 PM now. I'm not used to doing streams for this long anymore. I did it a few times with Now I've taken way too much damage already. Yeah, I did it a few times with the Legacy of Darkness, I think. Well, that wasn't even a real attempt, but let's be honest here, I had already taken too much damage anyway. And it has been over 3 hours, so you know what? We're gonna pick this up next time. Like, this isn't the perfect note to end on, but you know what? We beat the game twice. We're just not quite through the third one yet, so we will do that next time. I wasn't sure if there were going to be more than 2 streams, but clearly there will be. There will be a 3rd stream. Not sure if there will be a 4th one. It depends on what we'll unlock and whether I care enough. But so far I'm enjoying the game a lot, so let's assume so. So, I always stream on Tuesday evenings, and all the other days are maybe, maybe not, basically, so keep an eye out, and I hope you will all join me next time. See, a lot of people stopped by today. Thanks a lot to everyone. Let's see, who was here. Lily was here, Nash was here, Clive was here, Invader Tech was here. Let's see. And of course, Kiros was here. Thank you for stopping by and for the tips. It's much appreciated. So yeah, thanks to everyone who stopped by. I was kind of dragging the sentence out there because I was looking at people to potentially raid. But it doesn't look like there's anyone online. Maybe someone is playing Bloodstained. Let me check. I'll just raid a rando. Yeah, there is someone playing Bloodstained blind as well, called D Brown 137. No idea what kind of person that is, but you know what? Let's give them a chance and rate their channel. So, thanks for stopping by, everyone, and hopefully see you next time. Always stream on Tuesday evenings at around 7:30 p.m. Dutch time. That's Central European time. And alright, if you have the opportunity, have a look at this other guy's stream. Might make his or her day. Or maybe they'll just be annoyed by the raid. We'll see. Anyway, thanks and see you later. Bye-bye.